This is Hawes Water Reservoir. I've just rolled my ankle really badly. Ah, you fucker. Forecast didn't say rain. That hurts. Wouldn't say it's a scary situation to be in. Well, we are underway. Just turned 7 o'clock. Weather's not looking great. It's looking a little bit grim. We're hoping it's going to blow out. Weather forecast didn't say rain, but it didn't say it was going to be great either, so it could be quite windy, so we may get to the top and turn around and come down a little bit. Worst case scenario, we'll come right back down and sleep in the van. It's not the end of the world. I should be up there in a couple of hours, well before sunset, and then got a head torch. If we have to come back down in the dark, then so be it. We'll do that. Yeah, we're on the way off the High Streat. This is Hawes Water Reservoir, and the water levels are significantly lower than I've seen before. Previously, when I've been here, you couldn't see anything in the water. It was just a large body of water. Couldn't see any of these walls or boundaries. And driving in today on the road across, I could see countless walls, countless dry stone walls or remains of dry stone walls, and possibly remains of settlements, houses, gardens. It's amazing. So this was the remains of a hamlet or a small village, not entirely sure. It was here before they flooded the valley to create the reservoir. So it fascinates me, stuff like that. There's a couple of sites like this within the Lake District, and when the water's low, usually at the height of summer, you can see some of the remains. I think it might be Hawes Water, where you can see there's a bridge over the river, over the beck. You can't see it today. I think it might be this one. Let me know in the comments if it is. Weather is definitely picking up. We're getting a bit higher, getting out of the valley up onto the tops. And yeah, the weather's picking up a bit. Just felt the first spots of a shower. I'm hoping it's a shower, so I thought I'd quickly get a jacket on. Couldn't be any better. Yeah, lovely combo of these. And yes, all my gear is grey. What can I say? But yeah, fingers crossed. I can just see a touch of cloud on the tops. But yeah, hoping and praying it'll blow out. We'll get a relatively nice night. If it doesn't look like it's going to blow out, I'll probably turn around and go back to the van for the night. Get to the summit and turn around. I've just been looking on the map, on OS Maps, thinking what am I going to do? A realistic plan. I think about halfway up to High Streat, so I think I'll get to the summit of High Streat, and I'll head to Mardale, and probably drop down to small water, try dropping down to small water. Yeah, it's marked as a shelter, so don't know what it is, we'll see what it is. But yeah, worst case scenario, it'll be like a sheepfold, maybe something less than that. And I'll at least be able to set up my tent. It's a fairly small footprint, so I don't need a massive spot to set it up. But yeah, that might be the plan. So quite a few more miles to get in before we get there, so get cracking. Going to go to the summit now, because we've got an hour till sunset, just under an hour till sunset, and the route I was thinking of goes up there, driving along down to that little town there. I don't think I can get that done in an hour, it's quite a long way. If I knew the route better, I'd probably go for it. It's first time up here, so I don't really want to risk getting lost in the clag on the summit. On the map it looks like a super easy route, like a horseshoe around the summit, but sometimes it's best to play it safe. If the cloud lifts off, I'm going to go up to this next high point there and take a look. If the cloud doesn't lift in the next sort of 10 minutes, it's a bust. I'll either find somewhere to camp hear me in that last bit because it's so windy. I've just come out of the wind now, but I'm umming and ahhing about the summit because it's in the cloud. Got just under an hour to make it round to the point where I think I'm going to camp before sunset, and it's maybe 2 hours of hiking. So I'm going to get to the top of here and I'm going to take a look at it, take a view. We might drop down to Bleetarn and camp there and then walk out through the valley, through the low route. I don't know. If the cloud lifts off in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then we'll probably keep pushing. I don't mind hiking in the dark. I've got a really good head torch. Hiking in the dark's not a problem for me, but cloud, if we're in the clag, it's dark, unfamiliar route, it's a sort of all the worst things, all the things you don't want, and very strong winds. So yeah, safety first. This is the point at which I turn off the ridge line. Path goes up there and onto the top. I've come from over there. Now I'm heading down here towards the dam end of Bleetarn. Hey, if I had more daylight hours, if I was a bit more familiar with the route, I'd be absolutely sound, but unfamiliar with the route. You can see how steep the ground is. Unfamiliar, steep ground, clag, dark. It's a recipe for disaster. Although I'm fairly confident with my skills and my navigating, why chance it? I've already had a good hike. I've seen some beautiful ground, and I know for a fact I'll be coming and doing this another day, on a better day, or when I've got a bit more time. Back down to the van, get this footage edited. To top it off, I've just rolled my ankle really badly, but yeah, I'm trying to get to the top now. That really would be a recipe for disaster. I hurt it the other day in Jack's Rake, coming back down from the Jack's Rake hike. I rolled it a couple of times coming back down there on the rocky ground. It's not quite felt right since. I did a couple of miles on the treadmill last night and it felt fine, but you can still feel it if you just go over on something slightly. It's still very weak and very sore. That hurts. So I'm not stopping now. Just keep moving. I feel like if I stop, I'm going to be stopped. So we'll just keep going until we get back. I'm suffering already. Just literally stopped for 2 minutes to take a picture and a couple of pictures and a video. I think if I had a bit more time, or a bit more daylight, I'd very much like to sit with my foot in that water. I think it'd do me wonders. Sunset is in about 10 minutes, so it's going to get very dark very quickly. So I need to cover as much ground as I can before it gets dark, really. But I'm significantly slower now. Ah, you fucker. Well, navigating across boggy ground, you've got a rolled ankle and you don't have Gore-Tex boots on, is really fun. But we're getting there, slow and steady. Just got to accept the fact I've got wet feet. Racy. I've got fresh socks in my bag, I've got fresh socks in my bag. Change of shoes. There is no problem really about having wet feet. Just a bit uncomfortable for a while, isn't it? In the grand scheme of things, having wet feet, not bad right now. That section back there is really boggy and really steep, like on a slant, so I'm traversing the hill. That was not nice on my ankle at all. This ground here is relatively easy, although it's boggy. We'll get there. It was meant to be dark about 10 minutes ago, so kind of glad the website I was checking for the sunset times was a little bit off, because we've still got a little bit of light. Put the head torch on ages ago, but I haven't had to use it yet. I'll pop it on, and then I don't want to stop to take my bag off, dig it out. Always put your head torch on way before you think you're going to need it, and then, yeah, worst case scenario, it's there, you can just, boom, it's on. No rummaging in your bag. Hopefully you can still see me. I don't know if you can still see me or not. No idea until I get back and start editing this. I might just be talking to a camera and all the camera can see is just blackness. I don't know, I've never used this camera in low light, so we'll find out. It's 9:10 and I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'm just starting to feel the effects of being hungry and not having anything in my belly since about 1 o'clock. I've got food in my bag obviously, but I really don't want to stop when I'm so close to the van. I'm like another 20-30 minutes away from the van, so I'm just going to push on. I've got some food that's in my bag. Basically all of it is I have to prepare it. I've got a couple of dehydrated meals, some porridge and a couple of snacks, but snacks are mainly just sweets. I'm not going to do anything for me right now. But I know in the van I've got some stuff that I can just eat, so I think the plan is get to the van, get some food like that in me, and I'm just going to drive back before my ankle seizes and gets too bad, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to be very sore. I'm going to stop. I've got some very strong ibuprofen in my van, so I'm going to have some of that as well. Have some of that, have some food, get going. Back to civilization. Down at the bottom where I've parked there is absolutely no signal, so I don't want to sleep in the van, wake up, find I can't use my ankle and then be stuck. I wouldn't say it's a scary situation to be in, because I know my limits, I know what I'm capable of. But obviously, like tonight, accidents happen. Things happen that are out of your control, and yeah. Oh, we're 2 minutes away from the van now. Literally just around the corner. They made it. Oh, that last half mile was